Yo, we are so back. I don't know if anyone noticed, probably not, but last week I failed to upload a video, so here we are next week again. It's currently 6:57 in the morning and I'm about to go to work, but I wanted to talk about a little thing that's been on my mind and I kind of miss doing this and stuff, so here we are. Actually, guys, big news. I've started a big girl job. Yep, I'm a corporate girly now. Hence the shirt. But yeah, no, I won't go into like the details of the job, but it's really cool. Like, it's in sports and it's kind of more than I could ever have hoped for. I mean, look, I've done one day, but it was kind of awesome. Like, I had such a great feeling from it, and it just left me with a massive feeling of excitement, really. So I'm kind of excited to see how this rolls out and what I can do with this and how it'll like add to my experience, my life experiences and all of that. You know what I talk about all the time. But yeah, I was just 2 weeks up north with my parents in Queensland, and it was kind of just, and I fully removed myself from, the Sydney hustle and bustle and stuff like that. And I feel like time away always helps you gain perspective in the most effective of ways, because essentially you're just fully taking yourself out of your daily routines, and that's something to get caught up in so easily, at least for myself. And so what I realized, tea break. Eating my breakfast actually looks unreal. I don't know how I'm going to simultaneously eat my breakfast and talk. I probably won't. I'll probably just talk. But look at that. I don't know if you can see that. But anyways, the realization that I'm having currently is like, you have to be so aware of yourself and how you just have to be so aware of yourself. The reason I say this is because there are so many options, and there are so many options out there and so many things to choose from. We're lucky enough to be spoiled like that and have our heads turned every second. But a quote that's really stuck with me recently is like, the grass is greener where you fucking water it, right? Like, that makes so much sense. And I think it's one that resonates with me a lot, because in the past I've very much kind of thought like, oh, if it doesn't work out here, there will always be something else. That can absolutely be true, but I don't think it's nearly as fulfilling as when you make something work for you. And that doesn't mean staying somewhere where you're suffering. It's making do with what you have and like changing that mindset and having that shift in your mindset where this is like the best I can do with what I have. And like, let me tell you, sleep better at night. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, when you're making the most of it, it just enhances the experience so much. And when you actually know within yourself that you're doing the best that you can to make the most of it, that's next level. So for example, like me starting this job, a large part of my thinking was going, oh my gosh, it's gonna, like 9 to 5, and it's a large chunk of my life, and I like my freedom, and oh my gosh, I'm not gonna have time to do the things that I want. But you know what? Like, it's such a sick opportunity. I'm so lucky to have it. I'm so lucky to be part of the team. I can't wait for it to be such a big learning experience for me. And I think it's the right time in my life to do that. I'm kind of ready to put 110% into that. So obviously, if I'm thinking the latter way, I'm going to be such like a loser and be in like a loser mentality and be like, oh no, like I want to, be able to have my morning routine in time and whatever. Like, don't be a loser. Like, make it work for you. Make it work for you. And that is the power of fucking everything in life. Like, you have the ability to make your reality whatever you want to make it, right? Like, seriously, you do. Like, who's to say that this morning routine isn't like the best for me in the world? I'm waking up this morning thinking this is the best morning routine I could ever have. I haven't exercised, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm making that my reality. I'm making it, this is the best life that I could be living at the moment. Oh, slay. And that's the thing, like, the grass is always greener when you water it. I always thought, okay, no, I'm going to move on if it isn't perfect. But you know what? When you keep moving on and you never grind something else, you never have that satisfaction of overcoming that and kind of like slaying the dragon kind of thing, you know? You have to stick it out, and yes, there will be moments that are uncomfortable, but dude, welcome to real life, you know? Like, if you think you're going to go through life without feeling uncomfortable or a different emotion that's not happiness and fulfillment, then you're wrong. Like, it's the roller coaster. We all know that deep down. But then, and so, yeah, and I think a massive shifting point, I have to keep an eye on time, a massive shifting point for me was when you're in a situation, you actually intuitively feel that it's the right one for you. You actually have to tune into your body and listen to what it's saying to you. And I know this might sound weird to certain people, and maybe it's going more down the spiritual route, but it's not really. Like, your body talks to you all the time. Like, any stimulus that you give your body, or any, you know, like food, exercise, words, relationships, anything that your body is intrinsically involved in within your life, it will respond to it, right? Like, you're literally a response. Your appearance is a response to everything that you feed your body. So I've learned that when I'm in certain situations, like, to just notice how I feel in those situations. And it's a crazy, crazy skill, because you actually know if it's good for you or not. You can feel it, you can tell. But I think there's a level to... But I think there's also like a level to, and it takes a bit to get there, and it doesn't happen to me every time. That I'm not always constantly like noticing my body, but I try and make an effort when I'm in new environments to actually see how I felt. Like, for example, when I went to I had a few interviews to get this job, and I just left feeling full of energy, and those were the vibrations. That was the energy that was given off the people that were interviewing me. And I was like, damn, yeah, office 9 to 5, whatever, like, boo, boring. But I was like, maybe not. Like, this seems like an awesome culture, really cool people that I would love to work with, because we align with kind of the energy and all of that, and what we are passionate about and what we believe in. So why the hell not would it be such an awesome environment for me, and I would be lucky to be there. So that's when my thought process shifted, because I felt it in my body. Like, I felt this intuition, you know, like your gut feeling. It's so damn important, especially for like girls. I feel like it's so, well, maybe not especially for girls, but like, I don't know why I always talk about it with like my girlfriends, like your gut feeling. You know when something's right and you know when something's wrong. And that's probably an environment where you'll thrive more, and like, you'll find yourself in environments that aren't for you, and you're gonna have to figure out how to kind of get past it or make the most of it, and that kind of sucks, not gonna lie. But the more you listen to your body, and like, you actively notice the environment that you're in, the better. Another thing that I remembered is like, the big thing I'm scared of is getting into a routine. And you know how you lock into a routine and you don't think about anything more? Like, there's no reflection periods, because you're like riding the hamster wheel, right? Like, that scares me, because I don't want to get to a point where I'm just doing things just because. Like, I want everything to be intentional. And so that's something I'm going to have to figure out with this job, because it is like a 9 to 5, and it's going to be like a little bit, you know, wheelie, like mundane, maybe. I don't know what the word is, but I like something doing like this, like, it actually makes me reflect, or like writing down in my journal. Like, I'm making an effort to write down my journal to actively reflect and see how I feel through this process. So like, I'm still learning what I like and what I don't like in the corporate world, or whatever, and everything in general, really. And so I think it's one of the most important parts is actually stopping and realizing how you're feeling in that moment and how your body's responding, and use that as a tool to act going forward. You know, like, it's so easy to be caught up in like the week and then the weekend and then the drinks, and then we're rolling into the next week and we've got more WIPs. Is it WIPs? Whips. Yeah, I'm learning the lingo. And you just get caught in it until you realize you're fucking not happy at all, you know? And that's a mistake where I think lots of people probably go wrong. And that's something I don't want to make. So I'm still, you know, figuring this all out and trying to navigate like this new opportunity. I'm so excited about it. But like, I want to make sure that there are periods where I'm fully reflecting and like understanding how I can maximize what I have around me and what's in my reach, and water my grass. Essentially, I want to water my grass so it's beautiful and green. And then when it's beautiful and green, you attract, like, shit is attracted to you. Not shit. Things, you attract great things to you, you know? And it's real, like the energy, it is so real, I promise you. So that's something I'm going to be focused on going into that. And I just kind of wanted to explain that, but this is probably going to be a quick video because I've literally got to go in about 15 minutes, but I'm all suited and booted. And yeah, I'm all grown up now, so that's something at the right page at 25. But yeah, so that's my little rant. So just make sure to water your grass, you know, and know how you feel when you do that. So that's my little message for today. But next week there will be más y mejor, you know. I've got a few ideas in my head, and there'll be ones I can elaborate on a little bit more. But anyways, I will see you guys very soon and hope everyone's having a good week. Ciao.